Welcome back, Truth Seeker. August 1st, 2019. In the headlines this evening, the death of the granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy, who was once assassinated on the presidential campaign trail. I want to show you what stands out about this August 1st death and how it fits into what is known as the Kennedy curse. If you have not read my book, there's an entire chapter dedicated to the Kennedy curse, and I show a very repetitive pattern in light of the deaths of this family. This is no different. So today's August 1st, 2019, 8-1. Notice Robert F. Kennedy equals 81. Call 81 the ritual number. Ritual sums to 81 with the alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order. Last year on this day, 2018, Barack Obama endorsed 81 candidates. It was a day full of 81 headlines. Also today, the WWE wrestler Harvey Race is dead. Race equals 81 and 18, like the date. August 1st is also the 213th day of the year in Satanic Gematria. Death equals 213. This young woman's name, a name that I honestly don't know how to pronounce, sums to 86, just like blood sacrifice. Never seen that name before. But her name is 86. And in light of her being the granddaughter of RFK, should be noted that she has died 111 days from his upcoming birthday anniversary. He would have turned 94 later this year. Kennedy's 111. And notice that's also 15 weeks and 6 days. Robert Kennedy equals 156. He was shot on June 5th, died early June 6th. Notice the day Robert Kennedy was shot. June 5th is the 156th day of the year. Just had 15 weeks and 6 days from the anniversary of his birthday. What's strange is from today to JFK's assassination anniversary is 113 days, and from the day RFK was shot to today is 57 days. 57, 113. Scottish Rite equals 57. Scottish equals 113. Of course, the Scottish Rite has their headquarters in Washington, D.C., the city named after the Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington. And JFK was assassinated in Dealey Plaza, named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, Mr. Dealey. It's also 1 month and 27 days. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry equals 127. It's also 8 week and 1 day. 8 week and 1 day from the assassination date of her grandfather, like 81. Her name also has a gematria value of 103 and 49. Just in case you are new here, in case you're not familiar with my work, there's 4 base ciphers you need to know to see through these rituals. The alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order, and the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Reverse just means making Z1, counting back to A is 26. But her name has overlap with Scottish. Of course, Washington equals 49, America 49. Speaking of these numbers, JFK was killed in Dealey Plaza, named after a Scottish Rite Freemason in Dallas. Dallas is 49 and 113. And Scottish is 49 and 113. Got to know all 4 ciphers to see through the rituals. This nation largely founded by Scottish Rite Freemasons. You see how Scottish is 32 and 49. Look at America, 32 and 49. The United States was named the United States on September 9th, the day leaving 113 days left in the year. And this young girl's her mother's birthday is September 9th. 9-9, I'll show you that here in a moment. They say RFK, her grandfather, died at 1:44 a.m. Kennedy curse equals 144. JFK's death has a lot to do with 144 as well. You can read my book, read the chapter on the Kennedy curse. It's an 800-page book, the chapter on the Kennedy curse. Not too long, but it covers every member of that family who had died from the Kennedy curse up to the time of the release. If I ever add on to the book, I can stick this one in there, and you'll see how these same recurring numbers all line up. But Kennedy curse 144, RFK supposedly dead at 144. Jesuit order is 144 and 54. Remember, the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite both have a lot of influence in Washington, D.C., and they both share the motto at the 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite. Dealey Plaza, where JFK died, is 54. Ambassador Hotel, where RFK died, is 54. These are not an accident. Remember, this year, just before the anniversary of RFK's assassination, an Ambassador Hotel in Dallas burned. Go back and see my video on that. Here's George B. Dealey, what Dealey Plaza is named after, 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. The mother of the young woman who's died at 22, her mother is Courtney Kennedy Hill. That name sums to 96, like Freemason. JFK died on 11/22/63, a date with 96 numerology. And Courtney, here, let me show you her birthday. It's supposed to be up there. I must have forgot to paste it. Courtney Kennedy Hill birthday. Her birthday is September 9th. And again, September 9th is the day this nation was named. The day leaving 113 days left in the year. See that? And if you don't know, the United States of America equals 99. It's also 144. Number having to do with the Kennedy curse. And if you just type in United States, with these reduction ciphers, there's rules of numerology you can use. United States, if you use the master numerology, taking into account the 11th, the 22nd letter, etc., United States is 113. And again, the country was named that on September 9th, the day leaving 113 days left in the year, which is the birthday of the mother of this girl who's dead 113 days from the anniversary of JFK's assassination. Plus, I got one more 113 to show you just ahead. Notice the grandmother is Ethel Kennedy, who was with Robert F. Kennedy. Ethel's 22, just like how the young girl's dead at 22. By the way, the word murder equals 79, which is the 22nd prime number. Ethel Kennedy also sums to 56. And looks like I forgot to put that up here too, but check this out. From the day that RFK was shot, June 5th, which can be written 5/6, from the anniversary of his assassination by Sirhan to her death today, August 1st. Well, excuse me, that's 57 days later. What I meant to say is from the anniversary of the day that RFK died at 144, from the anniversary of his passing to today is 56 days. 56 days. Ethel Kennedy, 56. Ethel Kennedy, her birthday is April 11th. From her last birthday to the death of this young girl, her granddaughter, her 113th day of her age, just like how her daughter is born on the day leaving 113 days left in the year. And with regards to her birthday being April 11th, 4/11, don't forget that JFK was supposedly shot from 411 Elm Street, an address that was foreshadowed in the Andy Griffith Show. Look that up if you didn't know that. Assassin in Jewish gematria is 411. And Ethel Kennedy's first name, her full name, Ethel Skakel Kennedy, 187. JFK was killed in the 187th year of the nation's existence. JFK assassinations, 187. If you read the chapter on the Kennedy curse, you'll see how many members of this family have this connection to 187. And by the way, with regards to all of this Scottish Rite of Freemasonry business, ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which etched on the House of the Temple, the Masonic headquarters in Washington, D.C., and the most pure cipher, it's 187. And if you didn't know, Washington, D.C. is 187. It's named after the Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington. George Washington, 187. Society of Jesus, the full name of the Jesuits, 187. Society of Jesus is also 79, the 22nd prime, like how this young girl's dead at 22. You see how her name, all of these gematria values of the young girl's name are interesting. You see the 281. This is a number that has a lot to do with skull and bones, 322. I want you to come back and see that from the grandmother, her last birthday to the death of this young girl was 3 months and 22 days into her age. I want you to see Genesis 322 from the King James Version. Of course, King James was a Scottish Rite Freemason. If you take the opening of this verse, and the Lord God said, behold, the man is now become as one of us to know good and evil. Again, this whole verse is about Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, where this code of letters and numbers comes from. But if you take those words and punch them in here, 322, first of all, the wording of the New International Version, which is different, also sums to 322. This is Genesis 322, but the 281 as well. 281. And this is a huge number with the deaths of skull and bones. You know, see my work on George Herbert Walker Bush, his passing by the numbers, his father's passing by the numbers, the founder of Skull and Bones passing by the numbers. All of their deaths are 281. Herbert Walker just died in the 281 area code, and they say Herbert Walker was in Dealey Plaza when JFK died. So hope you appreciate the video. It's late. I've been working all day and yesterday and the day before that, and I honestly haven't had a day off for about 150 days. But I was planning on going to bed early tonight, but people kept asking me to decode things, and figured I better get this one out because people always want to know what's up with the Kennedys. And if you're somebody out there who's routinely requesting that I do things and you've never supported it anyway, you never made a donation, you never helped out the Patreon, you haven't read my book, you know, do me a favor, go out and pick up the book before it's banned again by the next source that bans it. It's an 800-page book. It's only $5. It's full of knowledge like this, cover to cover. And everybody should know that chapter about the Kennedy curse. You read that chapter, you're going to see how everything I talk about in that chapter fits right in with this latest news. And you know what? Just to make a point, go back and look at the headline last year on September 6th, 9/6, about the death in the Kennedy family. You know, these same repetitive numbers always come back to Freemasonry, the Scottish Rite, 187, just never fails. Last year you had a death in the Kennedy family on 9/6, September 6th. So these are the two Kennedy deaths since I released my book. They could both go in there, they'd fit in just fine. Until next time, Truth Seeker.